Senior reporter Aviwe Mtila also keeping that close eye for us out in Cape Town. Avi, we're good to have you. Colleague, good morning to you. What do you see from where you stand?
Good morning, Tumelo, and I'll step out of shot so you can see the at least 36 police that are on the ground here outside the City Hall. That is, of course, the new home of Parliament, also the provincial legislature. As we heard yesterday in the briefing with the Provincial Police Commissioner, General Patakile, suggesting that in every key point there are dozens of police, law enforcement personnel on the ground. We do know also the deployment of the South African National Defence Force, also in places like the airport. If you are to go to the airport, you'll see a similar contingency there for police, as well as the SANDF. Also, if you are to head to the actual parliamentary precinct, you will see a similar deployment of the law enforcement. Of course, they converged around 4 a.m. where they had that parade. Now we're seeing a similar parade just outside the City Hall here, as we heard that they've been planning for 7 days yesterday for the national shutdown itself. In fact, there was an arrest that was made just on Saturday, one of the people on the ground intimidating a business, and that person was arrested, we heard from the police general there. But there are also concerning reports that we've seen on the various WhatsApp groups. I've been speaking, in fact, to one of the EFF members there, suggesting that they're making their way to CPUT in Cape Town from eNCA, and we heard reports there from that WhatsApp group that one of the broadcasters was attacked by the protesters on the ground. One of them headed to hospital, we do understand, but the car there damaged. That would be concerning, of course, as we heard that court interdict just on Friday from Judge Mark Scher, City of Cape Town versus the EFF, suggesting that this protest that is to happen today must be peaceful in its nature. No incitement of violence, no people stopped going to work, employees or children going to school, no damage to buildings, no damage to government or private buildings and schools themselves. But we're hearing on the ground, of course, what we've seen on those WhatsApp groups, suggesting that already that has been violated. As the EFF members are making their way now, we do understand, from eNCA heading to CPUT. The official protest around Cape Town is supposed to start at around 11 o'clock, but of course those sporadic protests will be allowed, as we heard from the Provincial Police Commissioner, General Patakile, that while they'll allow those sporadic protests to happen here, they will be guarded, and those that aren't part of the official protest that starts at 11 in Cape Town are to adhere to whatever the police are saying on the ground and their guidance. There is that stern warning that suggests that those that go on to break the law and not adhere to what the police on the ground are saying will be met with minimal force. And if those water cannons, in the words of General Patakile, if those water cannons aren't enough to stop them on their tracks, they will definitely then feel the rubber bullets. The suggestions from the provincial general here. But we're in Cape Town, of course, on the ground. It was raining a bit heavily earlier on. The rain has stopped for the moment, but you're seeing the policemen on the ground with the shields here on the ground, ready for whatever might happen here.
All right, we'll leave it there. Our senior reporter Aviwe Mtila tracking down events and incidents, what's happening in Cape Town. We'll be sure to catch up with you again, colleague, as soon as there are other developments.